Is a drug epidemic that is killing teenagers across Arizona.
But tonight we're turning the tables on the dealers who are selling pills laced with deadly fentanyl. Chief investigative reporter Morgan Loew traveled to Mexico for this hidden camera investigation.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? You are about to witness a drug deal caught on hidden camera in a back room in Mexico.
This is M, and the other side is 30. Look, 30.
How many do you have?
Well, we have it.
Those pills called M30s are counterfeit Percocet. They're made with the synthetic narcotic fentanyl smuggled from China to Mexico. It's pressed into pills in a lab in Culiacan by the Sinaloa drug cartel. Just south of the border, they're worth $6 or $7 a pill. Just north of the border in Nogales or San Luis, Arizona, they're worth $10. And by the time they reach Phoenix or Scottsdale, they cost $15 or $20 per pill.
People like to pass it off as Percocet.
Parker McKenzie was hooked on M30s, but last year, just a single pill killed his teenage brother Brian, a promising high school baseball pitcher from Buckeye who had never taken a drug before in his life.
He was my only sibling. You know, I miss him every day.
And police tell CBS 5 Investigates that they now believe every pill sold on the street here in the Valley is laced with fentanyl. That brings us back to Mexico, where I'm wearing a hidden camera, posing as someone who wants to buy a batch of M30s to take back to Phoenix. We have another camera shooting me from a distance, and it takes just seconds.
How can we help you, sir?
For this guy to approach me. I'm looking for M30s.
Okay, M30s. They got it right here.
He takes me to a storefront where we meet his dealer.
Come in, man. Only I have 13.
13?
Yeah.
How much per pill?
Yeah.
¿Cuánto vale por todos?
Give me $7.
$7. Okay. I'm not really going to buy the drugs, so I tell him I need to think about it, and I walk away from the deal. But not 5 minutes later,
how many you want?
I run into this guy who says he'll take me to his dealer. We walk down an alley and end up where we started our story.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Okay. How many you need?
The man in yellow takes me to the back of his store where he pulls out a small baggie full of pills. That's not baby aspirin?
No, because no, this is M, and the other side is 30. Look, 30.
How many do you have?
Well, we have it.
All right, let me talk to my buddy who's got the money. 12, you said? $12?
I'll let you have for $10.
$10, okay. I tell him I need to get the money and leave the store astounded by how quickly I was able to find two people offering to sell the drugs.
There's such a narrow ratio of what can make a kid high and make a kid die.
Dr. Frank Lavecchio from Banner Poison and Drug Information Center says the danger with fentanyl is that it is so powerful, and there's no way to know how much fentanyl is in each pill.
We find them on our patients. You know, when we see patients and they, maybe are near death, they get treated, they wake up and they often say that they use M30s.
There are few current official stats on the number of overdoses, but fentanyl seizures on the street have jumped by more than 1,000% in 3 years. Police say since Arizona made it tougher for people to get legitimate opioids like OxyContin and Percocet, counterfeits like M30s have flooded the market.
Yeah, it's just, it's scary.
Officer Benjamin Gomez from the San Luis Police Department says the fastest growing market for M30s is teenagers. Almost every overdose in his community this year has been a high school student.
It's scary how easy these kids can hide these pills, how affordable they are to them.
Back in Mexico, an M30 dealer is expecting me to return with money. He gets a surprise instead. Remember me?
Yes.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Okay.
I'm a reporter with the CBS TV station in Phoenix. I want to talk to you about the pills you wanted to sell me. You know that those pills are killing kids in the United States and probably here in Mexico. Why are you selling them?
I don't know.
You have anything to say? Why do you sell them?
I don't know.
You got nothing to say.
That is just an incredible investigation. Morgan is here with us now. So people are buying these pills south of the border. How are they getting them back over the border into the U.S.?
Well, law enforcement officials tell me that the pills are so small and the amount of fentanyl in each one is so minute that it's relatively easy for people to just cross the border through the ports of entry with 50 or 100 pills at a time stuffed in a backpack, in their underwear, or in motor vehicles.
So they can just slip right through the border in a lot of times. So ASU students, they're on spring break right now. A lot of other colleges and high schools, their spring breaks are coming up. Is there concern that some of these spring breakers may try to bring some of these pills back with them?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's part of the reason why we did this story, is to show parents and law enforcement officials how easy it is for these students, these young people, to get these M30s and bring them back.
Yeah, they'll be offered the drugs just the way you were. And that is not the only way that these pills are making it into the valley.
You're right. This is just one of the ways that the pills are getting here. There's also a huge black market that is controlled by the Sinaloa drug cartel, and they are shipping thousands of these pills at a time up here to Phoenix.
Just an incredibly eye-opening investigation into how easy it is to get these pills. Morgan, thank you.